What's going on, boys and girls? I wasn't going to make a video about this steak that I'm about to make, but I wanted to show you guys this steak. And we're going to just do a quick little meal here today. We're just going to make a steak and maybe some Brussels sprouts and some squash. Real quick, real simple. Y'all watch it. Now, I've already started to season these steaks, but look how marbled they are. Yeah, they got a lot of fat in there. And really, that's the reason why I bought it. It's because it had the fat in there, which means it's going to come out nice and tender. And the only seasoning I'm really using on this, y'all, is some of this Everglades rub right here. And I'll just sprinkle some on it like this. Maybe an hour or so before you get ready to prepare it. And just let it sit for a little while. And you'll notice that it'll start to sweat after you do that. Oops, sorry about my finger. So we'll come back and show you the rest of the video. Alrighty, while those steaks are kind of marinating in the dry rub, we got some squash, got some Brussels sprouts, got some onions, basic seasoning, some Italian seasoning, some pink Himalayan salt, some white pepper, some paprika, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. We're going to cut all this up, and I'm not going to go through the process of showing you me cutting it up. We're going to cut it up, and we're just going to saute it. And you got to have some oil too to cook the squash in, and we're going to be using some bacon fat. But if you have olive oil, coconut oil, you can use that. But bacon fat makes it taste really good. Alrighty, we cut the squash. That was 6 squash right there, and a large onion. And we cut the Brussels sprouts in 4th, and the smaller onion. That's kind of like a medium-sized onion there. So we got them all cut up now. We're going to start sauteing. Alrighty, so we put some oil in our pan. Again, the oil you pick is totally up to you. I'm using some bacon fat, bacon grease, in both of these pans right here. And we're just going to heat it up. We got it on medium. Now we've got the onions on the bottom, got the squash on the top. This will produce its own liquid. We're going to put a lid on it. We're going to put some spices on it first, though. All right, I used about a half a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoonful of paprika, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder. And then we're going to put the lid on it. You may want to turn the heat down just a little bit. And we're going to let that just kind of saute for about 5 minutes and then come check on it. All right, we got about the same proportion with the Brussels sprouts and the onions. And I also put some Italian seasoning up there, guys. I forgot to mention that a little while ago. And we're just going to let both of these saute for about 5 minutes. All right, so now your Brussels sprouts and onions, they're going to cook a little bit faster. So they'll come off the eye faster than your squash here. Squash is going to take a little bit longer. So these right here probably go another 5 minutes and they'll be done. So I turned the heat down a little bit. All right, the Brussels sprouts and onions, they're basically done. So I turned the heat off there. Squash and onions have got a little bit to go. They're still making their liquid. So we'll let them go about 10 minutes. We got them on right at about medium. So we'll let them go for a little while until they reduce a little bit more. Alrighty, y'all, after about maybe 25 minutes or so, you'll have this kind of consistency. And then we can take the lid off, just kind of move it around a little bit. And we want some of this liquid that formed to absorb. So we want it just to kind of evaporate away. So it'll take about 10 minutes for that to happen. All right, y'all, don't get me wrong. Now, you can eat these things at this level right here, but my mom used to always let all the water absorb from it, or most of the water absorb from it. And they were so doggone good. I never cook them like my mom, but I've almost got it down pat. All right, y'all, once it gets to this level here, which you don't see that much liquid anymore. Most of it has absorbed. This is when they're done, in my opinion. Now, they've been done for a while, but we got to let that water absorb and just pull in all that bacon fat and all those spices and things like that. It's going to really make this taste good. So now we're going to go on to our steak. Now we're going to use a cast iron pan to cook this steak. Now with this right here, we're not going to put bacon fat in this right here. We're probably just going to put some coconut oil and a little bit of butter. So we're going to give that about 5 minutes or so to come to appropriate temperature. We're cooking it on medium. You can cook it on medium high. Just depends on how fast you want to cook your steak. All right, you're going to add your butter in there like that. Just don't want it to burn. So I usually do mine on medium. All right, now you'll see a little bit of a smoke coming from it. This is when we're going to add our steak here. And I like mine kind of medium rare. My wife likes hers kind of medium. She don't want to see no pink in hers. I want to see a little bit of pink in mine. So we're going to cook these for just a little while, maybe 2 minutes, 30 seconds on one side for mine. I'm probably going to cook my wife's about 4 minutes per side. All right, we flipped that one after about, I did 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to go another 3 minutes here, guys. And then we'll flip my wife's here in a second. All right, we're going to we flipped my wife's there. About 4 minutes, give that another 4 minutes. All righty, the timer has gone off. We're going to take this one out here and let it rest for about 5-10 minutes. And guys, I usually just wrap it up like that, and it probably makes it cook a little bit more. But this allows the juices just to kind of concentrate on the inside, and you don't want to just cut the steak as soon as you cook it. You want to let it rest a little bit, let those juices come in there and help to tenderize it. At least that's what I've heard. All right, we'll go ahead and take hers out and let hers rest. And there you have it, guys. Nice steak with squash and onions and Brussels sprouts and onions. Steak's cooked well. I've only got one plate out here. My wife's on this kind of special diet, so she's gonna have her steak later. I'm gonna freeze hers, and she'll have hers later when she comes off this diet. But guess what? Tracy ain't on no diet, so Tracy's gonna eat good tonight. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, add us to your favorites, whatever platform you're on, and so that you can get notifications and things like that. And give us a comment as well too. If you saw something that I did that you do differently, let me know. So you guys have a great day and peace. Alrighty, y'all. And that's what your plate looks like when you finish eating. Excuse me. I did not mean to belch like that. When you finish eating a cake bud meal. Peace.